So I get a Zillow call. And of course, the buyer on the phone is just like super aggressive and like, oh, I want this $1.3 million home at $700,000. I saw they're going into foreclosure. I see this is their mortgage balance, which was wrong. And so I want it at $700,000. And I'm like, okay, let me call the agent and see what I can do. Call the agent. It's no longer in foreclosure. They relisted it. The seller was able to pay off their second lien delinquency. Anyways, that's not the story. So then I call the buyer back and I'm like, hey, it's probably going to be impossible. They already had 2 offers very close to list price, but maybe we can get it at this price. Then I start to ask, hey, are you coming in cash? Do you have a loan? Just tell me your criteria. Tell me your budget. Starts to tell me the criteria and it's just like well below. It's like, I need a 4-bedroom minimum, 3,000 square feet over, and I'm pre-approved for $500,000, and we want to stay as close to San Jose as possible. Then the client goes on to say how inexpensive it is, and I'm like, yeah, I agree, especially in that Silicon Valley area. The client then proceeds to say that they make a lot of money, they have a lot of money, but don't want to pull it. So I just asked, I'm like, hey, I'm very transparent, and this seems unrealistic, so why do you want to move? As a salesperson, you have to find that pain point. What's the mover for them? What's making the teeter-totter go the other way? Then the client starts to talk about how they don't like their neighborhood. There's a certain demographic there, and they can't relate. They can't get along. They've tried to reach out to the neighbors, and the neighbors don't want to talk to them, which I don't believe. Then the client starts to go on about how they worked in the Republican office, they worked with Trump, and they are very conservative. The client goes so far to even tell me a story about how when they moved into the San Jose place, they went to the neighbors to ask help to move a couch, and the neighbors said no. The client then proceeded to tell me how they can't wait to get back in the office and pass some laws in the Senate and Congress against this certain demographic. I was blown away. I proceeded to rush them off the phone, think about how I want to respond later. Then they email me. They email me their pre-approval. At this point, I'm like, should I just go get this sale and donate the money to that certain demographic business? Or should I just throw the money on Kamala Harris? Or just not deal with them because they're racist? Y'all let me know in the comments. Here's the email so you know I'm not tripping. Again, like reiterating the fact that they work for Trump.